morning, everyone, and we'll start class. We'll start seated this morning, so find a comfortable cross-legged position. And what we'll do in order to find that seated position, we might sway from side to side on our sit bones a little, just to find that sweet spot. And then what we'll do, we'll interlace our fingers and inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching for the sky, really stretching the sides of the body and perhaps moving those arms from side to side slightly, just to start waking up that upper body. And then we'll release the arms on an exhale. Bring the hands to the knees and gently close your eyes here. Start to arrive in the space and start to tune into the breath. You might even want to move one hand to the heart and the other one to the belly to be able to tune into that breath even more. So feeling how the breath is moving the torso and the belly. Expanding the chest on an inhale and contracting on an exhale. And as we're here, we'll do a little check-in. Check in how you're feeling this morning. Physically and emotionally. How's the week been for you so far? Without attaching any stories to it, just observing. Lovely. And then we'll very gently blink the eyes open. We'll start taking a few gentle movements. So what we'll do, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching the fingers up to the sky. And then on an exhale, we'll lower the arms into a cactus shape, really squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms into cactus, squeezing the shoulder blades, starting to wake up the shoulders. And then we'll inhale the arms one more time. And on an exhale, we'll twist over towards the right. And then we'll bring the hands down. Right hand will be behind you on the floor, and the left hand will be resting on the right knee. Gaze over towards the left. Breathing into the twist. Lovely, and then we'll gently de-rotate back to center, bringing the torso back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms up again, reaching for the sky. And this time we'll twist over towards the left. So bringing the arms down, right hand resting on the left knee, left hand right behind you on the floor. Breathing deeply here. Lovely, and then we'll gently de-rotate back to center. Hands on the knees. And then we'll inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears, Squeeze, 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 and then release and let everything out on a loud sigh. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears and release. Let everything go. One last time, we'll inhale, squeeze the shoulders, and then release, letting go. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you right now. Then we'll move into some more shoulder movement. The idea is that, we keep a lot of tension and stress in our shoulders. They can get quite tight. So we want to release the shoulders this morning. So for this exercise, what I like to do is come into a kneeling position, like so. But if kneeling isn't comfortable, you can just go back to a simple cross-legged position. And we'll take our right hand out in front of us and we'll use our imagination and pretend there's a teacup or a coffee cup in our hand. And we'll start moving that coffee cup in lots of different directions. So you might move it up, you might move it behind you. So the idea here, or snaking in lots of different directions, the idea is that we don't want to move in a very linear way. We want to create lots of different interesting and non-linear patterns of movement so that we really work into our shoulder joint. Let's take a few more like this. Really moving any way that feels good. And then we'll inhale, bring the right arm out into a T shape. And we'll bring your thumb up. Inhale deeply, and then on an exhale, we'll move the thumb down. Inhale, thumb comes up. Exhale, thumb down. Inhale, thumb up. Exhale, thumb down. And then when the thumb is down, we'll release the hands, we'll open the hand, bend at the elbow, and we'll bring the right hand to the upper back. So like so, just resting the hands, bending the upper back. And then what we'll do with our left arm is start drawing big circles. Inhale, sweeping the arm up. Exhale, rounding. So really feeling that shoulder moving in the shoulder socket. Wide circle and deep breaths here. Take one more like this, and then we'll inhale, we'll sweep the arm up. And on an exhale, we'll bend at the elbow and we'll bring the hand down to the upper back. So, your hands may touch, but they may not. It doesn't really matter. Just bring the hands wherever they reach. And the idea here is that you want to keep a nice long spine, long neck, and deeply breathe and just feel that stretch in the shoulders and the upper back. One more breath here. And then we'll gently release the arms. We'll give them a bit of a shake. You might start feeling the energy really moving through the arms and the upper body. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So this time, coffee cup in your left hand. And we'll start taking those non-linear movements. So perhaps bringing the coffee cup behind you, high above you. Drawing lots of interesting patterns here, really getting into and warming up the shoulder joint. Lovely. And then we'll inhale, we'll open the arm wide into a T-shape, thumbs up. Exhale, thumbs down. Inhale, thumbs up. Exhale, thumbs down. Inhale, thumbs up. And one last time, thumbs down. And then we'll open the hand, release the fingers, and we'll bend at the elbow and bring the left hand to the upper back. Then we'll take our right hand and start drawing circles. Nice and wide. Working into the shoulder joint. One more inhale, sweeping the arm up. And then we'll bend at the elbow and bring the hands to touch if they can at the back. You might want to also hook the fingers if they reach. If they don't reach, no problem at all. But just try and keep that nice long spine, long neck, and breathe deeply into the pose. One side will feel quite different to the other, like this side is much easier for me to reach, for example. But again, don't attach any stories to it, just breathe and reach wherever you can. One more breath here. Lovely, and then we'll release the arms, give them a bit of a shake. Lovely, and we'll come into all fours now. So we'll spread our fingers nice and wide on the mat, shoulders tracking over wrists, hips tracking over knees. And let's start to warm our spine up now and take a few cat-cow movements. So we'll inhale, drop the belly, shine the chest forward. Exhale, we'll reverse that movement by dropping the head, doming the back, bringing the navel up towards the spine. Inhale, arch the spine, drop the belly, shine the chest forward. Exhale, we'll drop the head, the neck, and dome the back. And just continue like that in your own time, allowing the breath to lead the movement. One more round. And then we'll meet when we're ready to. Back into a neutral all fours position. And then what we'll do, we'll spread our fingers nice and wide again, but we'll bring them a bit further forward compared to our shoulders. We'll tuck the knees, inhale, and on an exhale, we'll just lift the knees and the shins off the mat just for an inch, so that our knees are really just hovering here. And just feel that heat starting to build into the legs there, and your abs working here. So keep hovering, just a few more breaths. Lovely, and then we'll release the knees back down. And then we'll tuck the toes again. Inhale, and then on an exhale, we'll again lift the knees up, but this time we'll lift them higher and higher, bringing the hips up to the ceiling until we find ourselves in a downward facing dog. Lovely. And when you get here in your dog, you can walk the dog, bending one knee and then the other. Lovely. And then we'll sweep our left leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, we'll bring the knees through to the nose, and then we'll step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee, find your balance, and then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Exhale, we'll bring the hands down to frame the front foot, and then we'll lengthen that left leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. So flexing the left foot as well. Nice long leg, and you should feel a lovely stretch through the left hamstring here. Breathing deeply. Lovely. And then we'll walk back to our lunge position, and we'll bring our hands to our hips. And then what we'll do, we'll pivot the right shin 90 degrees so that it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. Our left leg will be at 90 degrees with the knee nice and bent. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms out into a T shape. So this is kind of a kneeling warrior variation. Breathing here and really reach your fingertips nice and wide. Lovely. And then we'll bring our hands back to our hips. We'll lengthen that left leg and pivot the foot so that it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. And then we'll bring our right hand down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. So we're coming into a gate pose variation. And really reach with the left fingertips up towards the sky, so that you're stretching that whole side of the left body. Lovely. And then we'll bring the hands down to the mat, walking them slowly towards the front of the mat. We'll pivot the feet and the legs so that you're back into your low lunge position. Frame the front foot with the hands, pick up the back knee and step back to dog. Take a few breaths here in dog. And then we'll inhale, sweep the right leg up behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. And then we'll bring that right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee. Find your balance here. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Lovely. And then let's bring the hands down, framing the front foot, and lengthen the right leg, coming into your hamstring stretch. Flex the right foot and breathe here. It can be quite an intense pose, so you can bend the knee if you need to, but just breathe here and enjoy that lovely stretch in the back of the leg. we'll come back to our lunge. We'll come up, bring the hands to the hips, and we'll pivot the left leg now so that the left shin is in line with the short edge of the mat. Inhale, bring the arms wide, really stretching and sending the fingertips into opposite directions. Lovely, and then we'll bring our hands back to the hips, lengthen the right leg, pivoting the foot so that it's parallel to the short edge of the mat, and then we'll bring our left hand down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and over, gate pose variation. Lovely, and then we'll bring the right hand back down to the mat. We'll walk our fingers back towards the front of the mat. Pivot the legs so that you're back in your low lunge position. Press into the hands, pick up the left knee and step back to dog. Lovely. And then we'll inhale, ripple forwards into a high plank. Exhale, back to dog. Inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. Exhale, back to dog. Building heat here. And then next time we'll inhale, ripple forward to high plank. But what we'll do, we'll drop the knees, untuck the toes, and gently come down to the mat with our thighs, belly, chest. And what we'll do, we'll come into our Sphinx pose. So we'll bring our forearms to the mat, fingers wide on the mat. So your shoulder and elbow will be at a 90-degree angle. We really want to press into the feet. Your legs are nice and active. Your pubic bone is pressing into the mat. Press your forearms, again, really actively into the mat. So this isn't, a resting pose. It's quite an active pose, even though you're not moving as such. And breathe deeply here. Enjoying the lovely back bend. And then we'll release. We'll bring our hands one on top of the other, and we'll just rest our foreheads on the hands for a moment. And you can sway your hips side to side, just releasing the lower back. This is the resting crocodile pose. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders tuck your toes, press into the hands, and come up into a kneeling position. Lovely. Perhaps take a moment to readjust to being upright. Hands resting on the knees. You might take a few circles with the neck here, just to release the neck. So moving the neck from side to side. Lovely. And then we'll inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, welcoming the new day. Bring the hands to prayer and release the prayer down to heart center. One more time, we'll inhale deeply, sweep the arms up, bringing them to prayer. Exhale, bring the prayer down to heart center. Lovely cleansing breaths. One last time, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, bring the hands to prayer. And then we'll gently bring the prayer down to the forehead for kind thoughts, down to the mouth for kind words, and down to heart center for kind actions. And we'll bow together to seal the practice. Thank you so much. I wish you all a lovely day and thanks for joining.